Hello everyone. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, my teachers, my supervisors. My name is Abdullahi Alpha Abu, and in this video, I'll be walking you through my Figma presentation. It is a high fidelity prototype produced in Figma with the intention of redesigning the delivery or mobile app. So this prototype represents the effect and result of user-centered design process, which began with developing personas with users, and then we move on to create empathy maps and then building journey maps. I will show you how we progressed from low fidelity sketches to fully interactive prototype in Figma that adheres to standards, accessibility standards like WCAG, ARIA, and UDMIG. So here, first we'll review the design process. Like I said before, we started by developing a user persona. Sorry. So our user persona's name is Adam, age 23. Frustrations and needs. He's tech savvy. Moderately uses mobile apps, goals, order foods without distractions or confusion. Frustration, tiny text. His frustrations are tiny text, unclear icons, crowded layout. Clear needs. What he explains that he needs are like clear labels, find and return quickly to favorite restaurant and restaurant menu, and at least efforts. Frustration when he cannot find the checkout or simple buttons. His quote is, "I just want to tap, choose, and check out with no guesswork about what any of the icons do." I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. So the persona of Adam will guide the tune of the simplicity of the design of the emphasis, unless it's more in regards to basic but frequent things of a user. So now, next we'll move to the journey map. We'll move to the empathy map. So the empathy maps is what he thinks is this should be way easier to use and navigate. He believes the before interface of the app is too difficult to navigate. Then he feels it's frustrating, he's confused and overwhelmed whenever he interacts with the delivery or interface. And then he says, I just want to find what I'm craving without going in circles. Like he wants the process and interaction before he gets to what he wants to choose to be less is more, like we mentioned earlier. So what he does is scans menu quickly, often skips clustered UIs, which is one of the solutions we came up with. And then here's the app is slow and confusing. And then lastly, what he sees is busy interface, inconsistent buttons, icons. So that was the empathy map. And then next, we move to the user journey map. The user journey map. So it's 5 steps on what we concluded on. The first step is launching the app, which the action is basically opening the app. So the pain point for the user is not easy to navigate, as always, as I've said multiple times, and his emotions are hopeful. Opportunities for design is highlight restaurant section up front and add clear skip to restaurant button, which is one of the solutions we came up with. The second step is browse menu, action, scans, categories, pain points, text too small, categories unclear, emotions confused. Design opportunities, larger font and clear labels. Another solutions we came up with following the WCAG guidelines of operable and understandable. And then the third step is select choice, tabs on choice, buttons, action types on choice. Pain point is button too small or poorly placed. Emotions is focus, opportunities increase touch targets. And then the fourth step is checkout, which the action is looks for basket and checkout buttons. Pain points hard to find or label inconsistently. Emotions that he feels is frustrated. Opportunities add fixed button position with bold label. And then the final step on our user journey map is confirm order. which the action is finalize details and pay by finalizing your delivery address and confirming how much you have to pay, and then click the button to pay. Pain point is get lost navigating back to menu if he changed your mind or something like that. And then emotion is perplexed. And opportunity for design is simplify flow, consistent navigation. So after the three process before moving to low fidelity, after the persona, user journey map, and empathy map, we now went and created low fidelity. So the low fidelity, before moving to the high fidelity, we have to sketch and a draft of all we might be needing. So this we experimented with larger text, better spacing, and essentially features like buttons, arrows, larger text spacing, and contrast. Obviously we couldn't do that on the sketch because it was a sketch pen and paper, but we tried our best to make the user's idea to bring the user's idea to life. So this is examples of our low fidelity. Apologies for the handwriting. It's just a sketch. I'm not the best of artists. So here's a sketch, a large search section, bigger menu of bigger section offer, featured bigger pictures, and clear and visible restaurant name, delivery, and delivery price based on following the WCAGs, of course. Second one is here also here one of the solutions that we came up with is the skip to restaurant button to avoid seeing consistent, avoid going straight to the point, and avoid constant and inconsistent. The button is meant to skip directly to skip restaurant, so to avoid the user to see interface that are not necessary. And then here again, more big and visible menu and offers, bigger picture of restaurants and clearer text. And then here again, arrows, search bar, and restaurant menu and names. And then here the final sketch for the low fidelity, arrow for going back, bigger restaurant name, and the delete order, which if other user changes his mind, he can go back. Basket is basically what the order and the user ordered, meal deal, price, total, note for restaurant to add if he wants to, he inputs, and this is the delivery time, and then order total. So now we are going to be moving to the Figma part. So after refining our ideas with the low fidelity sketch, we moved to develop a high fidelity prototype in Figma. The focus was implementing accessible guidelines to ensure that the app is both usable and intuitive. For example, we enlarged all critical elements to at least the guideline that the WCAG asked, which is guideline WCAG 1.44, ensuring that the design is perceivable to all users. We also, like I said, mentioned earlier, bigger text restaurants, bigger and more visible restaurant menu, bigger picture, clearer and more visible. So here, go to the restaurants interface now. So here we also integrated a unique button, which is skip to restaurants. The button, if the user clicks it, navigate feature is to help bypass repeated content, which is fulfilling the WCAG 2.41 success criteria. So here, bigger search bar, restaurants menu bar, and offers, and then the others that I've also mentioned before. So now if you just click on skip to restaurants, here it takes you directly to choices like restaurants, topics around you, and meal deals. As you can see, again, arrows to navigate back, or go forward based on what the user chose to do at that point. And then here the button, which is very visible, the button, skip to the restaurant button, clearly placed at the top, allowing users to directly access the main content. You can also notice how the text is larger and contrast is improved for better readability. Moving to the menu menu page, every item is displayed with ample spacing and interactive elements like the signs and the text. Buttons are designed to be easily tapped, like you can see, very clear, visible as much as possible, and visible and clear. The delete button with both text and icon, as you can see. The delete button, delete other button, very clear. Meeting the WCAG, the delete button and the arrows, they meet the W success criteria, which is WCAG guideline 3.15. Not only using plain language labels, but also enabling users to read with an icon as advised by my supervisor. Additionally, ARI attributes have been added to all interactive components to ensure that screen readers correct interactive content, uniform design elements, and constant layout throughout the prototype further enhances the overall usability in line with the UDMIG recommendations. So, like I said, so the interface, then bigger and clearer, checkout button, very visible, colored based on the WCAG guidelines. You click it, go to the checkout. As again, bigger and more visible, color, spacing, text size, view order, change if you want to continue or place your order, or if user is at the order summary and he decides to change his mind, he can use the innovation that we added, the modifications that we added, by just clicking the delete button, and it will take him back to the order summary and take him back to the restaurant. You see here, order deleted, back to restaurant menu, then user can start again. So that's and here is the last interface prototype of the high fidelity. So in summary, the high fidelity prototype demonstrates how adopting a user-centered design approach can significantly improve the accessibility and usability of an application. The design changes we implemented, which are based on WCAG, ARIA, and UDMIG standards, contributes to a more inclusive and intuitive user experience. I hope I made your time worthy with my explanation. I might not be fluent, I apologize for that, and for the coughs that came once or twice, I apologize, and I hope I tried my best in walking you through this. Thank you very much.